Welcome home, resident. It's your Mayor Alistair back once again with some fresh reveals for the MonsterVerse. San Diego Comic-Con is in full swing, which means we're getting all sorts of new images of figures from Godzilla x Kong and other Toho Goji films. There's some really impressive stuff that's been shown off, and some not so impressive stuff. There's been some controversy of recent years, and that's in regards to SH MonsterArts, the prestige figure company that's made some of the best, most articulated figures in the franchise's history. These toys can cost over $100, so of course we expect a lot from them and hold them to a higher standard. Well, at Comic-Con, we've been shown some new figures that are set to release, and what is happening here? We got Suko, which looks fine, though I saw someone say it looks like a FNAF animatronic and I just cannot unsee it. Mothra also looks fine with her updated color scheme, though it looks to be the same mold from King of the Monsters, which means she lacks some of that fluff that she was given in the New Empire, which is a bit disappointing because we stan fluffy Mothra here at DangerVille. So those two aren't terrible, but just take a look at Shimo's face. Why is her jaw so wide? And why does Scar King's face look like that? Where are Godzilla's teeth? You know, I'm not asking for it to be X+ level of detail here, but the paint job and the lack of detail is just super noticeable. And for the price of... Wait, what is the price? Let me see, give me a second. £230? That's nearly $300 for this! The body isn't even right. They've clearly molded it based on the concept art and not the final film. Now, I'm not shaming anyone that might be interested in getting this. I'll give it this. The crystals look cool. I like that they're made out of a different kind of plastic. But let's just look at what it's going up against. For comparison, let's take a look at Hiya's upcoming Shimo figure. This will cost 1/3 of what the MonsterArts figure costs. And even though it's slightly smaller, just look at that level of detail. It's night and day difference. There's actual paint application here, the head sculpt and mouth are more accurate, and the body just looks more true to how it looked in the film. Considering this costs £70, the difference between them is immediately clear. So going back to this, it's obvious to see why people have been turning against them in recent years. This stuff is unacceptable, at least for that price. But outside of that travesty, I will probably be picking up the evolved Godzilla figure, since this one does look pretty good since they're actually using the CGI model from the film as reference this time. So it looks pretty accurate, which he's never really looked in the MonsterArts figures before. The head only really becomes a problem when you look super close, I think mainly because it's lacking paint application to the teeth, certainly quite different from the promotional image they showed a while back. But outside of MonsterArts, we of course have the Hiya figures that just all look great. Like the Shimo one shown earlier that I definitely will be picking up, but also another look at their evolved Godzilla figure, which is giving MonsterArts a run for its money. There's also a statue that they'll be releasing where he's in his dramatic roar pose, so he just looks super cool. Really liking the crystal-like paint on the dorsal plates here. Next to him is a Heat Ray Ultimate Godzilla from GVK. I assume that will be from when he was blasting a hole into the Hollow Earth, and that they just haven't painted him yet. And as well as this, we have what's supposedly a GXK Kong with his battle axe, though he doesn't have his metal tooth here, which I hope they can change with just a simple bit of paint. And next to him we have another Shimo, this time a statue like that Godzilla Evolved figure, and she just looks, wow, insanely detailed. As for the articulated figures, Hiya is also releasing a selection of Toho figures, including a 1991 Godzilla, GMK Goji, and Mechagodzilla 2. But what caught my eye was 2014, my beloved with a new heat ray effect that's only glowing down the middle, just like it does in the film. The attention to detail here is great, and I will for sure be picking this one up. Notice how all these Hiya figures look great, super detailed, and won't cost you an arm and a leg. Since NECA has stopped making Godzilla figures, SH MonsterArts clearly felt they didn't need to try as hard, since there obviously wasn't as much competition. But with the rise of Hiya, they really need to step up their game and make their figures actually worth the asking price. Because right now, Hiya is looking to become the dominant Godzilla figure manufacturer, which maybe isn't such a bad thing. Before I go, there's also another statue I wanted to show you, because this thing is insane. At Comic-Con, it was revealed that Elite Creature Collectibles will be releasing a life-size Tyrannosaurus Rex head from Jurassic Park. As big as a twin-sized bed, this thing is massive. And the asking price is a measly $18,500, but if each of you pitched in $1, maybe DangerVille could acquire this thing? Where would it go? What does it even do? Who knows, but it's awesome. Which of these figures are you looking forward to getting? Personally, MonsterArts Godzilla Evolved and Hiya Shimo and 2014 are on my list. I just have to find the room because I have so much Godzilla stuff now. We have tons of exciting Jurassic and Godzilla content coming up, so subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of DangerVille today. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.